MTFY, granted, because is actually, in my opinion, safer than a single overgrowth, because a single overgrowth can lead to those 1-stars, while a double overgrowth, you just overgrowth it once, overgrowth it twice, and then that's literally the final building left. There's so many times previous that 1-stars pop up. And of course, we already did see one earlier today. Granted, it wasn't from an Root Rider attack, as he is popping that King ability right away there now as he continues to push through.
Yeah, the Barbarian King got distracted by the enemy Queen, in fact. Didn't go for any of the defenses, so did have to pop that King ability a little bit earlier, but it looks like all has worked out because he has got this bottom area taken down for the Root Riders to move through. Royal Champion just trying to sweep across the top. Notice the skeleton spell there, already down for distraction. Really well versed with this strategy, Carbon.
Absolutely, continuing the push through. Doesn't have to worry about the King's ability, Earthquake, who's opening the Town Hall compartment, because you got the Root Riders. They will be able to push their way through, but now pairs in that overgrowth so that you don't have to push through the Town Hall explosion and deal all of that damage. So he continues through, did clip the Monolith as he's slowly pathing his way towards the Tassel Farm, the multi, and that Town Hall is the last building that will go down.
Exactly, like you said, just not taking the damage of the poison, but then also there's no defenses behind the Town Hall, wiping you out whilst you're slowed down. We still got the Royal Champion ability here to try and ping through these last couple of defenses. She is gonna get taken down by the Town Hall. A bunch of Valkyries and Root Riders, though, will be able to finish this one off.
We do have that P.E.K.K.A. and a Super Barbarian moving to the Town Hall, and this will be good to get a 3-star. Well done. MTFY starting it off with the triple. Gonna put some
time as well on that one.
Next, when they qualify
this one too,
the Electro Titans bringing it back. It looks like they're sticking with it. I'm going to be really curious if they continue to bring it back on Sunday when teams that are not playing here today take notice and maybe try to replicate something and start testing other bases for this strategy. But we're going to see Simon continue to push his way through. We've got a Grand Warden with a couple of Druids in the mix. The King's going to be able to jump this wall and then pair in a potential King's Earthquake Boots later, but you're going to have to pop a Warden, a Turtle, Tome. Let's see, he's hanging on for as long as possible with it.
He certainly is. We've got the Angry Jelly on the Archer Queen, just helping to take out the defenses in that area so we can set a defensive funnel much better. Still holding on to that Warden ability, but looks like he's okay with the Druids, sending those in initially to keep everything healed up, and then once they expire, that's when he's then using the Warden ability.
Very nice there as the Queen ability also goes off to the far left side. We got the Super Barbarian sprinkled around the right side, taking out the Arch Tower, but we are fighting spring traps left and right there. They keep getting sprung, so the Super Barbs actually lost their push and momentum over there. So that was a fantastic, oh my goodness, even more spring traps. Every spring trap seems to be there.
It certainly does, but I want to see how Simon is able to attack here. His Royal Champion was running around in the center of the base there. She was going for the King, then she wasn't, and he was using his spells non-stop, keeping an eye on that. And even though it is a crushing 3-star, he doesn't seem too happy with the time. I think he feels he could have gone faster should he have kept that Royal Champion up.
Since Na'Vi did get eliminated.
Here, teams not looking at that too much. The Electro Dragons it is. Let's see if we have a very similar approach to the first war, where we have just a couple of surgical E-Drags to set the funnel. Looks like it is being that way so far with the Flinger on the left side of the base. Balloon at the top to test for any seeking air mines. Then we have the Electro Dragons just chaining through, opening the area for the rest of them to move to the center.
It's looking very similar to how I broke down his attack in the very last match, where you're using some E-Dragons on the top side, pair it in with a Rage spell, so you can set the funnel on one side. Then you have a Flame Flinger to the far other side, so you can send the rest of these E-Dragons potentially in between. But we also have the heroes. That could be a good spot potentially on the right side to go towards that Royal Champion, because the Eagle Artillery, that's already been removed. So you don't have to worry about those Eagle Artillery shots raining fire right on down. As the defensive Queen on the far left, she looks like she's taking some damage from the Fire Spirits.
Yeah, I really like the use of that Dragon Rider just mixed in there as well, since it's more defense targeting. Didn't quite get the Expo down, which would have been nice, but certainly the hero is now used on the opposite side. Means it's not going to be the end of the world, as we have the E-Dragons charging towards the center of the base. Majority of his spells left over to support that main push as well.
As he's pushing his way into the core, we do have poison spells there onto the Town Hall that could be around it as the E-Dragons are continuing to push through. Drops that Rage, and let's see this Queen. Her ability has been forced, still has the Royal Champion. We have the Warden ability just getting activated now. The Skeleton spell providing some nice distraction on the Monolith, continuing his way through. There is an Earthquake to the bottom side, so we can help deal damage to these defenses so the Rocket Spear of the RC takes them down even faster.
Yeah, I love the synergy between all of this as well. The RC ability used perfectly as the E-Drags were about to get in range of that air defense, but Carbon, he's got 2 freeze spells, and he has to commit them to the Town Hall for this Royal Champion. He's in real danger right now.
Oh no, look at this. We have the Royal Champion. She's going to be able to go for the Town Hall, but maybe is the double poison spell tower a great defensive option against E-Dragons? Because it slows them down and not going to be able to get the best chains off as he's got 1 freeze left. The Warden's still trying to make his way through. He can go down from the scatter, the air defense, so he freezes the multi. But the RC, her Spear Fox is gone.
Yeah, he was just constantly flying into that air sweeper as well, in conjunction with the poison spells. Didn't have the force moving through the base, and you've got to say, Synchronic, beautiful spot right now, given how powerful they were in the first attack. I'm sure General X is celebrating again.
Yes,
He's secretly celebrating inside right now.
100%. He sees the defense and he loves it. That
difficult teams you're going up against.
An attacker here to get some better sleep, so he would buy himself a new bed and a dishwasher.
Why not take care of yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Why not? Into this attack, we do have the Electro Titans and Super Barbarians. I have to say, I love how they tailor this strategy to the base as well. Sometimes the Queen's used on the flank, sometimes she has the Angry Jelly. They are really just adjusting, so it's not a one-set selection of troops. And that's what I like the most about this. The Queen quickly diving into the Town Hall, get that poison out of the way so he doesn't have to deal with it. And we have that nice path into the center for the Electro Titans and the King, where he can then use the Earthquake spell and the Spiky Ball to major damage.
And with the Warden ability still in the bag, continuing to push into the middle of the space. There it is, pops it now. And notice we do have the healing effect there that can bring up the HP and still waiting on that King's ability. And the Electro Titans are making a huge push here through the middle, and Synchronic is loving it. There's the Earthquake boost, there's the Spiky Ball, pops CRC as well. Hogs leading out in front, and he has the Queen moving up and around, and Philip is liking this one for a potential another 3-star for Synchronic.
So comfortable, and look at the time as well. Pretty much swagging troops at the end there, really just trying to speed it up. And I have to say, I love this from Synchronic. They could
to their base builders, of course, from the previous match.
Even if they, don't win this matchup, like you said, they are guaranteed to move forward to Sunday. They do not want any team being able to predict anything.
Nothing. They are trying to keep all their cards close to their chest here. They want to be able to go into Sunday and deliver the biggest punch they possibly can. So you have no idea what to predict if they can 3-star with any strategy. So as this Queen continues to now charge from this left side, let's see if this Queen is going to be securing the Town Hall. We do have the Milef. A lot of times when you go into a Milef, you tend to try to drop a Skeleton spell. I don't see that in this army here.
Yeah, I guess he'll probably decide to use either the invisibility spell or the freeze just to guarantee the Queen is going to get that. Quickly dropping the King to try and take down a couple of the buildings down there so that the Archer Queen is focused on the Town Hall. Does have to be quick. A couple of archers getting in his way whilst the Monolith fired, but you see that freeze in combination with the Rage. Town Hall goes down, and now the Super Bowlers, a couple of them look like they're starting to walk. Quickly sends in the Royal Champion to try and adapt.
Oh, I love the delay of the Super Bowlers, because what this now does, these Super Bowlers can move straight into the core of the space as long as they do. And I say that, they start walking to the right side, because now the Town Hall poison's gone, you'll be able to continue through. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to go through the core and to get affected by the Town Hall poison, especially when it slows you down. But he's continuing this push, and let's see if it's got enough power to make its way to the backside where we still have the Tassels, the Eagle, and multi-arch towers.
Yeah, really nice approach, like you said. And despite a couple of the bowlers starting to walk, he quickly used his hero abilities to try and force them back into the center, where you see them now with the jump spell giving access to the backside of the base. We still have the Queen ability, Carbon, despite her being the first troop down, and the Royal Champion ability as well.
We still have an Invis to use potentially for that queen. The ground expo on the backside. There's the ability now. When is he going to try to make it invisible? Because the multi-archer tower is picking off the healer one by one. And he does invest it on the real queen. Because remember, when you use the mirror, you'll have some clone queens. And if the real queen dies, the clone queens will continue to go, but they only have a certain amount of time before they disappear.
Yeah, and I think they were starting to move towards those non-defensive buildings on the outside as well. So he was really trying to get that multi-archer tower down, but with the Royal Champion and the rocket spear pings through that from a distance, Expo starting to cause a little bit of trouble, but the Royal Champion will get that down and should be able to take down these final few buildings in time.
As long as he got it with 23 seconds left, I'm looking at the final remaining buildings. The RC goes through and he's liking it. Just getting into the Wizard Tower, the gold storage, and we have a 3-star coming in for MTFY.
Can't build bases against
builders and these players towards the end of the match. He's going in third here. We saw that General X from the first match attacked last, and that could be, by many players thinking, as the most nervous situation to be in because so much pressure is on. But he's attacking third here. Again, we have Electro Titans deploying some healers, wall breaking, going straight in towards this Eagle Artillery. And are we going to see an early warden ability to help? Really got to protect the king in this push so you can use the Earthquake boots as late as possible.
I would suspect so, but the one thing I love is just how much he's able to deploy around the base. We've got skeleton spells and wall breakers to the top to help the queen. We've got the force down to the bottom with the siege barracks. Then you've got the spells in the center for your Electro Titan push alongside the king. Jump spell will allow him to jump over towards the single inferno, and then the earthquake boots at that point opens up everything. And alongside the spiky ball, you can one-shot a lot of those big defenses.
What a valuable king ability right there, opening up the core of the base, giving him access to the town hall. Valkyries clear that, no problem. Royal Champion ability secures the single target inferno as he continues his way through. And look, we've got the Yak making an entrance. It's been coming really back here into the meta because of how much HP it provides and busts through the walls. And he is celebrating. Well done to you, Mark, delivering a 3-star for Synchronic. Granted, not as much pressure is on you since you already know you're going to Sunday, but still, you want to be...
Oh, he likes to attack left.
Fail? Were you celebrating? Of course. Up. Going into the Zaplalo. We got some lightning spells with the mirror onto the queen. We've seen recently of you send in the Lalo, potentially with the Warden, but this time I'm seeing the Warden with a Diggy, so maybe the Warden may be moving in with the Royal Champ. You can really be, I guess, variable. You could flexible on the attack strategy. You can come in with an Air Warden, move through to protect the balloons and the blimp. You can come in with a Ground Warden with a Royal Champion. Really many different ways to attack a base.
Yeah, that's what's so beautiful about the game as well. And at this high level, it is really displayed how they tailor things to the base itself. Flameflinger just gradually picking apart the bottom area of the base here, cleaning up a couple of those non-defensive buildings, trying to get in towards that multi-target inferno, especially for a lava loon attack when you have lots of balloons. They can take a lot of damage from the splash.
They will take a lot of damage, so you have to be careful as the Flameflinger continues. I love how he dropped the Hog Rider to test for traps so that that Flameflinger stays protected. As now the King and Queen working together with a wall break. Now this should give access in towards this Town Hall, at least for the Queen, so he drops double Headhunters to really slow this defensive King down.
Yeah, just get him out of action. Look at that one Valkyrie moving ahead, just popping the Tornado Trap perfectly in time so that as the other units get there, they're not going to have to deal with that. Quickly sends in the Royal Champion to get that outside defense to try and force the Queen to lock onto the Town Hall so we can secure that as the Lalo now moves in from the north, Carbon.
Pops that Queen ability so she can go for the Town Hall. The Lalo's moving through, probably going to have a Warden ability soon to protect a Lava Hound that's about to move out of the circle. No, okay, he hangs on just a bit because typically you want to try to help protect the Hound as you move your way through, but we do have the Ice Golems getting lured out of the CC, so Lava Pups and the defensive Royal Champion, at least she goes down, but his RC is unfortunately maybe going to get stuck. Oh, yeah. No, she took out the Monolith first.
Got it. Beautiful job with the balloons now. Don't really have any splash to deal with. Still got 6 balloons in the pocket as well, Carbon. Alongside these spells, raging through the back area, freezing as well. That's where those 6 balloons before the back-end air defense, just to make sure. Beautiful job on this one. MTFY keeping up the pressure against Synchronic.
A 3-star, and they deliver. Fantastic attack, breaking this base down. And that's exactly what they can do. Because remember, these wars are only 45-minute wars. If you're typically playing in your 24-hour war, these players don't have much time to plan their attacks. Roughly, the very first attacker only
Strategies quickly, but
for a given week. One thing with fireballs is if it doesn't hit the value you want, it is really likely of leading to a 1-star. And wow, the fireball flies through. Fantastic value to start. And the thing with Invis is, remember, you only have about 4.5 seconds, and even you gotta count the time that it's falling from the screen, that you have to be able to react quickly. And if you don't, then the Invis will wear off, and the fireball will go to a complete wrong direction.
yeah, because even after you've dropped the spell, it takes like just a moment before the defenses become invisible. So there's so much to think about. And I really like the invis spell on the defenses, because whenever the defenses, or any buildings for that matter, are invisible, your troops also won't go to them either. So that then redirected the heroes to the top, where we have the log launcher push moving in, taking down that monolith quickly. Notice how he's trying to utilize the logs as well, not just to open up the compartment, but to hit those defenses as well.
And now we're starting with a little mini Lalo to the bottom side, the Hound, the balloons going through there. But this, look at this log launcher. It's going to continue to open up, and we'll have troops coming out of here to be able to be more protection for this queen, plus pairing her ability of the mirror and the healers, and it's looking really good as he has 8 rocket loons still to send in.
Yeah, beautiful job. I really like the free spells here as well. The defensive rage just powering the defenses that are already supercharged in that area, but just counteracting that with a freeze. This is still a super fast attack by Synchronic as well. They have the celebration, the crowd there as well, and they deserve it. So impressive. Showing that flexibility as well here. Most impressed at as well to step up your
Gauge that it's so nerve-wracking. You have to wait on cue when for your attack to go in. But now it's coming in with the Lalo, coming in with 20 balloons, and it looks like that queen charge pairing in the apprentice warden down to the bottom side, as we're going to see a queen charge her way towards this town hall potentially. No jump, but 4 super wall breakers.
Yeah, what I really like about this approach as well, he has the initial healers, and certainly I'm sure he will be sending in some Coco Loons to try and protect the healers, but he also has the healer puppet on the queen. So should he run into a red air mine farm and lose his own healers, he can just press the ability and he spawns the other healers, since he's using the frozen arrow alongside this, which is a passive ability.
Yep, and that's a beautiful thing for the queen charge especially, but when you have that frozen arrow, you have to be careful. Many times players lose their queens through ability and can't keep it alive, so it is kind of risky, but it also is very strong. That's why it's an epic ability nonetheless, as we are pulling out the clan castle of the archers slowly but surely. Does have a poison spell to deploy, and he doesn't think he's pulled that full CC out yet.
No, I don't think so, judging on the amount of archers as well. Just trying to troll things, but we do have nice pathing to the bottom area of the base with the Flame Flinger. Royal Champion helping up the top alongside the King, now using the Earthquake Boots to guarantee that the Archer Queen has nowhere else to go. She has to move towards the Town Hall, or one would think Ice Golem's there just to slow her down. He does have invisibility spells, should he think it's needed, but trying to just dodge that for the moment and protect the spells for if he needs them on the Lalo.
Yeah, the queen is staying alive. There we go. Town Hall's going to go down, freezes the backside multi and the poison spell tower, so these balloons can continue through. And a beautiful Grand Warden ability making his way through, drops that rage, leading in towards the monolith, and the queen stays alive. She even has ability. He's got freezes, he's got invises, and a flawless attack coming in for MTFY.
It's always amazing to see so many troops left over at the end, alongside the spells as well. It's the biggest part of the esports, building up to the one.
So they don't have those really do that now. Big Zap, Lalo, 7 lightning spells. We'll see it being used right into the core, helping take out a scatter shot, the multi-archer, and of course that defensive rage spell tower. That goes down early. You don't have to worry about all that splash dealing so much damage, especially to your balloons.
Yeah, especially since it's in the core of the base as well, like you said, that's the hardest part to break down, right? So being able to use spells there, since you can directly deploy them in the core, really just helps out if you're able to get appropriate value. And this is one thing that I always love, is seeing how the heroes are spread across this side, and they are working together. Like, you can see the Expo locked onto the Queen. He can send the Royal Champion in, and the Expo's not, well, just as I say this, he presses the Queen ability, so it turns to the Royal Champion, but you get what I mean. The defenses are targeting on the separate heroes, but they're all taking out their own area of the base.
Look at the plan for the Royal Champ. She was purposely used so she can go for the core of this base. Brilliant value here for the RC. Does trigger the tornado. Hopefully she stops going for ice cones. Oh, it looks like they are going to go to her. But the Lalo is now coming to the left. There is the Warden ability. Protects this Bloom, and it just dodges that sweeper.
Yeah, perfectly done there. Using the Rage next to the Town Hall alongside the Yetis, so that can be just down and history. Then we've got balloons moving in from all other angles to assure that they're not going to hit that poison. Wow, Synchronic with 2 perfect wars today, going through to Sunday's finals as the #1 seed and putting fear into the eyes of the teams that are watching for tomorrow's group stage as well, Carbon.
Ice in his veins, getting it done, delivering General X. What an attack, and of course we get a probably hear from him yet again. You know, it's a weekend here